Okay, so now we discuss this legislative, executive, judicial control over administration. First, we start with legislative control over administration. And remember, this legislative control over administration, it is equally important to understand, or it will again reflected in paper 2 unit 7 control over public expenditure, where parliamentary control is there. So same thing, legislative control is reinterpreted in parliamentary control over administration. Getting it? Again, legislative control, it is reinterpreted in where? In the next unit, 4D, delegated legislation. So it is interrelated. Legislative control over administration, what we discuss now, it is interpreted in paper 2, parliamentary control of public expenditure, and again paper 1 unit 6, administrative law and reform. In administrative law, you have delegated legislation. Getting it? So ଏବେ ବୁଝିଯାଅ how easy public administration is. ତମେ ଖାଲି ଜାଣିବା କଥା କି ଏଇଟା ସେଠି ଅଛି ସେଇଟା ଏଠି ଅଛି. If you want make a connection, it is very easy. Okay, let's discuss. Legislative control over administration. And legislative means we say it is parliament or state legislative assembly, their control over administration. Okay, answer me one question. We have discussed something in paper 1. In paper 1 unit 1 there is a theorist, and in his idea he said that legislative control over administration should be there. Who is the theorist and who is part we have discussed this? Quick. Theorist who said administration should be controlled by legislation or legislation should control administration. Unit 1, just tell me the theorist and the topic. Quick. No one. Public choice approach. Public choice approach, is it not? Public choice approach, PCA. Control over bureaucracy by legislator and executive. Who gave this statement? Bureaucracy by legislator and executive. William Viscera. जल्दी भूलिगले हबो. William Viscera has given 4 statements, and one of the statement is control over bureaucracy by legislator and executive. And here we are discussing legislative control over administration. So just now, do you find a link? PCA, William Viscera. Okay, so now we will go that legislator, be it legislator, they are elected. Legislator, maybe it is parliament or state legislative assembly, they are elected by citizen. They are elected by citizen, and they have the sole responsibility to formulate law. They are the citizen make legislator accountable. Kemiti election. Through election, they make legislator accountable. So, the legislator has an important role to make administration accountable. Just I'm giving an example. This is you. You are a video. Hello. You are staying in a village. These are citizen of this village. They will not make you directly accountable. Come over PD, DM, RDC, Director, Secretary, Chief Secretary, CM, State Legislative Assembly, where MLA, they will ask question to CM, ask question to Chief Secretary, ask question to the concerned secretary. CM, sorry, minister. Indirectly, they will not ask any question directly because it is civil service anonymity. Minister. So the MLA, they ask question to the concerned minister, PR, Panchayati Raj, and drinking water. से मिनिस्टर को क्वेश्चन पचारिबे, चीफ मिनिस्टर को क्वेश्चन पचारिबे, एंड एमएलए को किए क्वेश्चन पचारिबो, सिटीजन. तो एमएलए कंसर्न मिनिस्टर पीआर मिनिस्टर को क्वेश्चन पचारिबो कि एई जगार वीडियो इज नॉट डूइंग इट्स वर्क प्रॉपर्ली. तापर कोन हबो, कंसर्न मिनिस्टर पुनी चीफ सेक्रेटरी को कहबो कि कंसर्न सेक्रेटरी कहबो पीआर पंचायती राज सेक्रेटरी, पंचायती राज सेक्रेटरी डायरेक्टर आरडीसी डीएम पीडी तापर तम पाखु आसीबो. सो बे बुझिलो, द सिटीजन मेक यू अकाउंटेबल. इनडायरेक्टली लोक तमे वीडियो तमे लोकों को प्रति बिल्कुल अकाउंटेबल नुह, बट दोस पीपल मेड यू अकाउंटेबल थ्रू इनडायरेक्ट मीन्स. दे विल ask their concerned MLA raise question in the state legislative assembly, ask question to the concerned minister, to the chief minister, and though that minister through the secretary, director, and other make you who is a video accountable. So this is what I call, this is एबे बुझो ए डायग्राम रो बुझी जो तमे, this is legislative control over administration. This is legislative of state legislative assembly, legislative control over administration. Okay, so how? So there are various mechanisms through which, and देखो directly गोटे MLA cannot directly ask question to a civil servant, bureaucrat. That may be secretary हो कि BDO हो, GA हो. Because that is what minister cannot ask question to the bureaucracy due to this concept, civil service anonymity. We will discuss that later. What is anonymity? The relationship between civil servant and political executive is neutrality and anonymity. We will read in paper 1 unit number 9, paper 2 unit number 10. Same. Relation between political executive and permanent executive. Neutrality, anonymity. So as bureaucracy work behind the curtain, MLA cannot directly put question to bureaucracy, but MLA put question to whom? Minister. That is, we can call ministerial responsibility. It is a frequently asked question in optional. Civil service anonymity is nothing but ministerial responsibility. Okay, so MLA or MP through the concerned minister make whom accountable? Make administration accountable. নহলে তুমি কনফিউজ হব এই কনসেপ্টটা বুঝো কি হাউ legislative control over administration. So legislator or parliament or state legislative assembly, it not control administration directly कि एमएलए जाएगी कहूची अरे administrator do this thing or why you are not doing this thing. No, but indirect means whom? Through the concerned minister. पंचायती राज मिनिस्टर को क्वेश्चन पचरा हला पंचायती राज मिनिस्टर को किए विधायक और एमएलए क्वेश्चन पचारले and he cannot give a satisfactory answer. Okay, now we discuss various mechanism. No, that is ministry anonymity na. अरे सुनो एमएलए केबे तुमको कोन क्वेश्चन पचारिबो एमएलए तुमको केबे पचारिबो नै देखो गवर्नमेंट यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट एबे ओडिसा रे कोन गोटे अछि गवर्नमेंट गोटे अछि ऑपोजिशन गवर्नमेंट विल वर्क ऑपोजिशन आस्क क्वेश्चन तो गवर्नमेंट रे की अछि सीएम मिनिस्टर ता तोळे दिस इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी and bureaucracy is what it is an instrument. तो तमे तो निजे कहले ना एज ब्यूरोक्रेसी इंस्ट्रूमेंट रेस्पोंसिबल किए मिनिस्टर रेस्पोंसिबल हबो नहीं नहीं क्वेश्चन पचरा होची बट तमे लिसन गोटे कथा कह तमे गोटे वीडियो तमे कहा प्रति तमे एमएलए क्वेश्चन पचारले एमएलए कथा मानिबा पय बाध्य कि तमे डीएम कथा मानिबा पय बाध्य कह यू गिव मी आंसर गोटे लेमैन क्वेश्चन पचारुची तमे गोटे वीडियो एमएलए कहले एमिति काम करंतु और डीएम कहले एमिति करंतु नाही तमे कहा कथा मानिबो कह बेस सॉरी गला तमे डीएम कथा मानिबो बिकॉज़ you are accountable to whom? DM, RDC, secretary, minister, chief minister. Simple. तमे एमएलए कथा न सुनिले भी किछि असुविधा नै एमएलए कोन करिवो एमएलए असेंबली रे रेस करिवो कि माननीय मंत्री मो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी रे काम हो नै मो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी रे प्रॉब्लम अछि बिकॉज़ यू आर तमे गोटे इंस्ट्रूमेंट you as a bureaucrat you as a civil servant you are an instrument in the hand of political master. So for any pro and cons you are not responsible, it is the minister who is responsible. So through minister MLA make you accountable not directly. Question meeting re pacharunti alga kotha but he cannot make you accountable. He can ask you question but he cannot say that Mr. Video if you are not doing this mu tomaro eta kor debi seta kor debi. No, mu tomaro suspend kor debi. He cannot say this. He cannot make you accountable but DM can make you accountable that Mr. Video if you are not doing this I need to take serious action against you. I need to talk to the secretary. तमे secretary कथा मानिबो नै संगे संग ट्रांसफर but MLA कथा न मानो. Okay, so this is so now we will discuss on how on what method mechanism through which mechanism through which who mechanism through which legislator make administration accountable. First, very simple question hour 11 a.m. You all know question hour. It is the start. The session start with question hour, and Prime Minister Otley said PM Otley of UK. He gave very importance to question hour, and he said the question hour has such a beauty that it make administration accountable without killing it. Question hour can make administration accountable without killing it. Without killing it. So question hour समझते जानिଛ? In this hour, legislator, parliament asks question. Legislator asks question to minister. And through this make them accountable. Through this question they make administrator accountable. And there are two type of question. One is start question, second is on start question. So start question, oral answer. On start question, written answer. Here supplementary question follow. Here no supplementary question follow. Okay, so start question on start question. Simple. 11 start hoga, it will end by 12. If it end with 12, we have a 0-hour session. So 0-hour, it is 12 noon. Immediately after question hour. 0-hour held immediately after question hour. In this, parliament or legislator asks question to minister about some important matter of public importance or some matter of public importance. And they ensure minister are accountable in their conduct. Hello? So legislator asks question to minister about matter of urgent public importance and ensure that minister are made accountable. After that, there is a half-hour discussion. Half-hour discussion. Half-hour discussion. It is to highlight matter having urgent public importance. Suppose there are some matter that is very urgent. For example, farmers death hela, ki inflation hela, ki au kichi hela. So we need a discussion, half an hour discussion, and here also in discussion, the parliament, the legislator put question and make administration accountable. Short duration discussion, short duration, 2 hour needed for this. 2 hour needed for this discussion. We need 2 hour for this discussion. And yes, this is any matter of grave importance. Importance or any serious issue. Another means through which the legislator make administration like accountable is law making. You know, a bill when passed by parliament or SLA become law. So legislator reject or legislator reject the law, disapprove it. Legislator reject the law, disapprove it, and through this it make administration accountable. Law pass ही କରିଦେବନି. 6. Through various motion. What are this motion? Calling attention motion. This is also relevant for your polity also, Indian polity. Calling attention motion, calling attention from this word, call the attention. Who call? Legislator seek attention of whom? Minister. Seek attention of minister related to some important topic. Mr. Minister, you must look into this topic. You must come into the debate. This is calling attention motion. कि से मिनिस्टर को डाको, privilege motion. Once it is law, where? No, no, law making, not law. अरे law making एठी कहिछि. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଲ ବନା ହୁଏ, ଲ କେତେବେଳେ ବନା ହବ? ପାର୍ଲିଆମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଡିସ୍କସନ ହବ. ହଁ, ଲ ମେକିଂ, ଲ ହେଇ ନାହିଁ. ବିଲଟା ପାର୍ଲିଆମେଣ୍ଟରେ ପାସ୍ ହବ, ତାପରେ ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ପାଖକୁ ଯିବ, ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ସାଇନ୍ କଲେ ଲ ହବ. ଲ ମେକିଂ ପ୍ରୋସେସ. So this is law making process. And parliament play important part in this law making process by giving its approval in the law. So parliament reject kor dabo, parliament reject this bill. Law है नहीं, law making process. Okay, privilege motion. Privilege समस्त जाने privilege. Minister. Every minister has a privilege. Every administrator has a privilege. So if a minister or administrator misuse his privilege, then privilege motion is initiated against him. तमे गोटे वीडियो तमे यदि तमर प्रिविलेज को मिसयूज कल सुनो 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 देखो लॉ मेकिंग लॉ गोटे एग्जांपल दोचे आई एम गिविंग यू एग्जांपल प्रिविलेज मोशन है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर रे एग्रीकल्चर की मिनिस्टर रहिला डेप्यूटी मिनिस्टर रहिला सेक्रेटरी असिस्टेंट सेक्रेटरी एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी डेप्यूटी सेक्रेटरी एवरीथिंग ठीक अछि सो this agriculture department of agriculture secretary assistant secretary they are not doing good work the agriculture they are not doing good work who feel it parliament feel that the agriculture department secretary assistant secretary they are not doing good work ठीक अछि एबे suppose a law related to agriculture. What do you think? Who formulated this? Agriculture Ministry. Agriculture Ministry. ठीक और भूल गोटे लॉ एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड लॉ हु विल फॉर्मुलेट इट एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्ट्री फॉर्मुलेट करथिबो तो से लॉटा जते बोले जीवो पार्लियामेंट को पार्लियामेंट ताको डिसअप्रूव कर दबो कि नो नो वी विल नॉट अप्रूव योर लॉ because we are not convinced with your performance. So in this way we can say कि parliament control administrator agriculture ministry रो जिते भी bureaucrat अछंती समस्त को कंट्रोल करियो this is law making so privilege motion I think everyone clear if you are a minister if you are administrator if you misuse your privilege like that Delhi IAS made his bungalow in a ASI land he is misusing his privilege so there is a privilege motion initiated against him and the minister is being called C no confidence motion so no confidence motion means when parliament feel that the administrator lost confidence the sorry the minister lost confidence it initiate no confidence motion and देखो in no confidence motion कौन it threat to the existence of the government a government गले कौन सब bureaucrat भी जिवे माने current bureaucrat जिवे पुनी change हेबे so no confidence motion if the opposition feel that parliament lost its majority and administration को control करिबा माने कोन मंत्री को control करो because head किए the minister बुझो एबे ओडिसा रे जहा होची कि सेंटर रे जहा होची who is responsible not the bureaucrat are responsible but the government is responsible because bureaucrat is a instrument in the hand of minister so whatever the CM say minister say bureaucrat doing this so actually making administration accountable means you make minister accountable automatically because minister ठीक है administration भी ठीक है जीवा that is no confidence motion हला adjournment motion so they seek attention legislators seek attention of minister for a important matter. Manyabhar Mukhyamantri. So this is adjournment motion. Censor motion. Censor motion. Censor motion, it can initiate against a minister or a whole government. This is to make administration, make minister accountable for his conduct. This is censor motion. Censor kariba, jemti censor board अछि, movie manako censor kar dउछि, semti censor motion re kono parliament minister manako government ko censor karibo. This is all about motion. Next, through budget. How through budget? So we know budget is it is a annual financial statement, article 112. Budget is formulated by finance ministry. Finance ministry formulate budget, and the budget is approved by parliament. We will read in unit 10. Finance ministry formulate the budget, and budget is approved by parliament. We can call budget is a economic, political, social, or financial document, and parliament make administration accountable by rejecting budget. And you know, যদি budget pass no hela, the government lost. This is mechanism of budget. তারপরে গোটে শুনিଥିବ departmental standing committee. Departmental standing committee. 24 departmental standing committee. They study the estimate. They study the budget estimate. ହେଲା ସେମାନେ budget estimate को study କରନ୍ତି, which is prepared by different ministry, and they may put a flag. They may reject this estimate. They may not approve this estimate. Who? This departmental standing committee, who is a 24 in nature. So they play a major role in approving or disapproving this budget, disapproving the estimate, not budget, estimate. And while discussing the budget in parliament, there is a court motion. Samaste janithibo. Court motion. And 3 type of court is there. This is again for prelim. Token court, policy court, economic court. Token court means token amount. 100 rupees is deducted for the section amount. For example, 1000 crore is sanction minus 100 rupees is deducted. Policy cut, 1000 crore is sanction, 1 rupee is given. The parliament give 1 rupees. That means outwardly reject the policy. In token court only cut 100 rupees. That means approve, but show its displeasure. Economic cut, when the demand is 1000 crore, it give 500 crore, deducting 500 crore. This is economic cut. So through this cut motion also, this cut motion, what happened? Parliament make administration accountable. Just show you the syllabus. Parliamentary control over public expenditure. Again this come. Estimate committee, public account committee, committee or public undertaking, CAG. এসব জিনিস আসিব কোন ডিপার্টমেন্টাল স্ট্যান্ডিং কমিটি, কোর্ট মোশন, পার্লামেন্ট পাস দ্য বাজেট. Again this thing come in paper 2 unit 7. Copy paste, খালি copy paste করিব, এঠু উঠেইব সেটি লিখিব, control C control V, control C control V. the more you know control C control V तमरो काम पूरा स्क्वीज हे जिवो कमी जिवो but it will take time control C control V करबा भी गोटे आर्ट सेटा टिके टाइम लागिवो so court motion रे token court policy court economic court तीनटा court हे गला any doubt please ask audit by CAG it is audit so CAG article 148 is a constitutional body देखो अनिता टोकन हाँ कहूँ शुण सपोज मु हेली पार्लियामेंट तमे हेलो गवर्नमेंट तमे गोटे बिल टे पास करिचो कि सर आमे बुलेट ट्रेन बनेबो बुलेट ट्रेन पे हमको 1000 कोटी टका दरकार ठीक अछि तो मु भी एज ए ऑपोजिशन पार्लियामेंट सब बिल को पढ़ी कि पार्लियामेंट कन्विंस हला कि नहीं वी नीड बुलेट ट्रेन and 1000 crore is yes it is justified but parliament is not happy with you with some other work parliament तम उपरे माने not satisfied government उपरे administration उपरे तो parliament कोन कला to a so a matter of displeasure 100 टका काटी देला टोकन कट 100 टका काटी देला माने disapproval कि हमें डिस्प्लेजर एटा हला टोकन कट टोकन 100 टका 1000 कोटी जेते भी बजेट था 100 टका माइनस कर देला पॉलिसी कट मींस आई रिजेक्ट योर पॉलिसी तमे कहला कि बुलेट ट्रेन हमें ओडिसा रे बुलेट ट्रेन चलेबो गवर्नमेंट कहला ओडिसा रे बुलेट ट्रेन चलेबो भुवनेश्वर रु सुंदरगढ़ कि भुवनेश्वर रु बलांगीर लेजिस्लेटर कहला खाइबा पई पैसा नहीं लोक दादन खटिया को बाहर जाउचंती हेल्थ एजुकेशन कबाड़ा हे गलानी तमे बुलेट ट्रेन आनिबो नो आई विल नॉट अप्रूव दिस पूरा आउटवर्डली रिजेक्ट हे गला गोटे टका मिलिला तुमको टंका करे नियो बुलेट ट्रेन करो इकोनॉमिक कट 1000 कोटी तुम मागिथिलो पार्लियामेंट को लागिला ना 1000 कोटी बहुत हे जाईची 500 कोटी तुमको देला एंड 500 कोटी रे कहला यू विल डू योर वर्क इन 500 crore गवर्नमेंट डिमांड पार्लियामेंट कट असेंबली कट गवर्नमेंट डिमांड करिवो ना गवर्नमेंट बजेट रे केमती पास हुए गवर्नमेंट रखिवो ना असेंबली रे फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर स्पीच पढ़िबे हमकु एई ग्रांड रे एती खर्च एई ग्रांड रे एती की टोकन अरे सेम जिंस भाबो तमे 1000 कोटी रुपया मागिचो योर डिमांड इज 1000 crore तमे असेंबली रे रखिलो नवीन पटनायक गवर्नमेंट असेंबली रखिला कि हमें मेट्रो चलेबो छाड़ मेट्रो कथा को ओडिसा गवर्नमेंट कहला कि भुवनेश्वर रे मेट्रो चलिबो त्रिशूलिया ब्रिज रु नै कि गवर्नर हाउस जाए इथिरे 1000 कोटी रुपया दरकार तो अप्रूव किए असेंबली पास हेले सिना 1000 कोटी रुपया बाहरिबो गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट टेक मनी विदाउट एटा मैं कहिछि मु no money can be taken out from the consolidated fund of center or state without procedure made by law अरे देखो सेटा तमे देखो प्रैक्टिकल आड़ को जाओनी केबे कोर्ट हुए बट दिस आर मेजर्स दिस कैन बी हैपन प्रैक्टिकली कोन होउची ना सेड को जाओनी but these are the authority parliament have तो पॉलिसी कोर्ट रे गवर्नमेंट कहला कि 1000 कोटी टका दरकार मेट्रो होबो त्रिशूलिया रु गवर्नर हाउस लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली कहला कि हम ओडिसा रे बहुत गरीबी अछि हेल्थ सेक्टर खराब अछि हां दे विल पास एवरीथिंग सेटा अलगा दैट इज डिफरेंट थिंग but yes parliament can raise question so assembly कहला कि नो We will not spend 1000 crore in metro, rather than you spend this money in infrastructure development, health and education. Economic court रे कोन हैला assembly कहला कि 1000 कोटी नहीं 500 कोटी नियो सेथिरे तो मेट्रो बना. Example देली. So these are various court motion. Simple यार, एटा तो पॉलिटी रे भी पढ़ी थिबो बहुत जगह रे, बहुत सिंपल जिंस. पार्लियामेंट जेते बेले पढ़िबो, you will read this parliament रो पावर रे court motion और budget रे court motion पढ़िबो. एटा हमें पुणी again we will read in unit 10, we will again read in paper 2 unit 7. तो टोकन कोर्ट रे 100 टका कटिबो, पॉलिसी कोर्ट रे पूरा कटि जिवो, इकोनॉमिक कोर्ट रे स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट. CAG article 148, controller and auditor general, it is a constitutional body, and CAG conduct audit on behalf of whom? On behalf of parliament. CAG conduct audit of every government organization, and CAG submit its report to the president. President table it before parliament, and in parliament there are three committee: public account committee, estimate committee, and committee on public undertaking. देखो पुणे आसीगला CAG. So in parliament, estimate committee, public account committee, and committee on public undertaking, they read, they analyze an audit report, and on the basis of audit report they make administration, they make executive accountable. Okay, so this is how CAG's audit help legislator to make administration accountable through parliamentary committee. So this parliamentary committee jaha ebe कहली, CAG give audit report to president, president present it before parliament, and PSC is the CPU. These are parliamentary committee, they make administration accountable. They study the audit report. Committee on subordinate legislation. You need to understand this, what is subordinate legislation. Bujo. In government we have three organs: legislature, executive, judiciary. Legislature it formulate law, executive implement law, and judiciary interpret law. Okay, simple. You already knew the concept of delegation. When the authority holder temporarily giving away his authority to someone else for completion of a particular work. Executive, three organ of government: legislative, executive, and judiciary. Executive means who execute. The union executive consists of president, vice president, PM and council. Executive कौन ओडिया रे कौन कहते? कार्यपालिका कहते. Executive who execute, who implement law. देखो legislator माने parliament. Parliament, assembly, these are legislator. They legislate, they make law. Executive माने who implement law, who implement policy. And union executive, state executive. Union executive is कौन माने what you are asking? Executive रे मारि लो तो implement implement law. It formulate law, it implement law, it interpret law. Interpret law. Clear? Yes. So delegation, I have told you that when the authority holder give its authority temporarily for someone else for execution of certain work, it is known as delegation. Here, legislator delegate law making authority to executive. বুঝো এটা নেক্সট यूनिट পুଣି ଅଛି ডেলিগেটেড লেজিসলেশন এটি কହି দଉଛି ডেলিগেশন তুমি জানিছো ମୁଁ ଅଥରିଟି ହୋଲ୍ଡର ତମକୁ ଦେଇଦେବି ଅଥରିଟି ଡେଲିଗେସନ ଏବେ ଲ ମେକିଂ ଅଥରିଟି କାହାର ଅଛି ଲେଜିସ୍ଲେଟରର ଅଛି ଲେଜିସ୍ଲେଟର ଅର ପାର୍ଲିଆମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଜ ଲ ମେକିଂ ଅଥରିଟି ଲେଜିସ୍ଲେଟର କାହାକୁ ଦେଇଦେଲା ଲେଜିସ୍ଲେଟର ଦେଇଦେଲା ଏକ୍ଜିକ୍ୟୁଟିଭ କୁ the legislator delegate its law making authority to the executive कि बाबू तू लॉ बना that is known as when legislator delegate law making authority to executive it is known as delegated legislation it is known as subordinate legislation it is known as administrative law making. I hope it is clear. So there was a committee. What committee? Committee on subordinate legislation. So what this committee do? देखो. So it is subordinate legislation, nothing but delegated legislation, and there is a committee on subordinate legislation. This is a parliamentary committee that evaluate law formulated by executive. So executive कौन law बनेला ताकू evaluate की करिवो this committee on subordinate legislation to ensure that the executive is not making some law that is against the ethos of the constitution. So that is committee on subordinate legislation. So these are all parliamentary control over public administration. So there are certain limitation before it, and this limitation is mentioned by Paul Appleby. Mention these limitation. Shortage of time. Shortage of time. You always know Parliament face shortage of time because Parliament sit for three session: budget session, winter session, monsoon session, and most of the time are waste on conflict. So it literally get very least time for discussion. Second, Parliament lack expertise. Parliament lack expertise to control over administration. Ruling party has majority in Lok Sabha. That is one problem. CAG, it work is post-mortem in nature. The work of CAG is post-mortem in nature. CPU and estimate committee headed by ruling party. CPU and estimate committee headed by ruling party. This is these are some limitations faced by parliament or legislator to make administration accountable. Okay. This is all about legislative control over